Hi, I'm Diego. I'm a youth employee here at Rooted, and today we're going to be making some rosemary roasted potatoes. To start, we're going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we are going to go ahead and chop one onion. We are going to have 1.5 pounds of small potatoes chopped into cubes. We are also going to use olive oil. We'll be using salt, black pepper, garlic, and rosemary leaves as well. The first thing we're going to do is, like I mentioned, chop this onion. So now that we have this onion peeled, I'm just going to roughly chop it just a little bit. I think just in like chunks like this. I think this is good enough. I think this will be fine. Just having one whole onion there is alright. So we could just set this to the side while we focus on the garlic. For garlic, we're going to mince 3 cloves. We have our garlic right here. And so I will just do that right now. I really like potatoes a lot. I think they're like one of my favorite vegetables to cook with. I really enjoy how they could be like either their own like main course, or they could be a side for any other meals. Like mashed potatoes are great, hash browns are great. You could do a lot with potatoes. I really like that. Or just like roast a whole potato. I think that's what my mom likes to do during Thanksgiving. She has a whole she puts whole potatoes in the oven, and then we cut it in half and put cheese and bacon and salt. And I don't know, it's really nice. I like how potatoes are so unique, and you can do a lot of things with them. And so this is one of my favorite recipes to make with potatoes. I feel like it shows like the variety that like it's just very good at showing what you can do with a potato, and I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. So now that we have our garlic minced, we can also move on to or yeah. So now we can move on to our potatoes. So here's a bag. This bag already has, it says it has 1.5 pounds. So this is what we'll be using. And you don't have to peel them. I feel like it's definitely a preference thing. Some people like the peel, some people don't. And me personally, I don't really mind. So I'll just leave it how it is. We're just gonna cut it in little squares, or as close as squares, like cubes, quarters. So once we have everything together, we'll put it all in a bowl and mix it together. So now that our potatoes are mixed, we're adding them to our mixing bowl here. We are going to add our garlic, our onions, and we are going to dice a little bit of rosemary. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of fresh rosemary leaves. So for these in particular, what we're going to do is take them out of their stem by sort of running our hand the opposite direction than the way they're facing, just like pulling them apart like that. Um, we're going to have to cut these leaves, so don't just throw them in like this whole. We will dice them. So now we have everything in our bowl here, and we will be adding 1/8 cup of olive oil right over here, and we'll be adding 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And now we will be just mixing them together. We'll mix them all together. We'll mix until the potatoes are all covered in oil. Now that these potatoes are all coated in oil, we'll be putting them on one layer over this pan. We'll be adding some nonstick spray just to be sure. And so now we could go ahead and slowly spread these potatoes. Of course, while you're mixing, you could add whatever seasonings you'd prefer. If you want them to be a little more spicy, you could for sure add other things while you're mixing, or even on top here, throw some additional seasoning on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in the oven for 20 minutes and then flip them and put it back in for another 20. And when they're goldenish brown on the outside is when we'll know what they're ready. So here's the oven. We're gonna put them in here. We have it set at 400 degrees right there. Oop. Well, it's at 400 degrees right there. Let's open this up. Grab a tray. Put that right in there, and we'll wait for 20 minutes from now to flip them again. Hello, this is Diego from about a couple days later. So we had a lot of technical difficulties with this last recording, but basically this is the final product. We added some pepper afterwards, and just thank you for watching.